Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a level 20 build for the Cosmic Sorcerer in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a mod class made by CamTheLitFam, available in the in-game mod manager, and it'll potentially be coming to console soon. This is a fun one. It gives ourselves some pretty cool spells and cantrips like the Cosmic Ray here, doing fire and force damage. You also get the Witness Infinity, doing a 2d10 of psychic damage. And in addition, we also get the Spatial Rend doing 2d6 force and slashing damage. And then we also get our subclass features, the Cosmic Bloodline. You're a Cosmic Sorcerer. Your blood is deeply connected to the astral plane and your abilities are unmatched. And I'll show you, they are unmatched. We get up to level 9 spells that are custom to this, so I'll show you all of that. Now for our cantrips, I think it's best if you got Mistress Spell to go with Lightning Lure, Sword Burst, Mind Sliver, and Bone Chill. And for our spells, we'll select a level 1. Shield and Magic Missile are just the best choices here. Magic Missile is just guaranteed damage, so it's nice to have. For our ability scores, I think it's best to go around 16 Dexterity, 14 Constitution, 10 Intelligence and Wisdom, and 16 Charisma. So we're gonna go with that stat spread there. And I'll show you the best gear and some combat in this video as well, so you stay tuned for that. So getting into the next level here, we got ourselves a lot of really great spells. So we get our spell choice here. Chaos Bolt can be a fun one because it just makes sense here. I'm a big fan of Thunderwave too. If there's any enemies that you can push off ledges, it's nice to be able to do that. And for our Meta Magic, Distance Spell is nice because sometimes you just want to be really far away and blast away with spells. And Twin Spells, because Twin Haste is still one of the most powerful things in the game. So once we get ourselves here to level 3, we get ourselves the Misty Step spell, which is nice because we would normally want to take it, and the Sorcerer is not that great with the amount of spells they learn, so being able to get that way is even better. So Hold Person being probably the best next choice, hold an enemy still, and we're going to take Quicken Spell Meta Magic at level 3. This is pretty standard for the Sorcerer. It's strong, and we want it. Now at level 4, we get ourselves the cantrip Gaseous Form, and it's pink this time. Transform into a cloud of space dust to avoid attacks. We're all space dust at the end of the day, but being able to use that's really cool. For our next cantrip, it's your personal choice. You can go with Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade. I'm just going to take Thunderclap, make it clap. And Mirror Image is nice, increase armor class by 9. You can use that just for safety. Darkness is also good if you have the ability to see in dark. Scorch and Ray is also pretty useful, so you can hurl fire at them. And this is an attack roll, so if you have Hold Person set up, it can be pretty decent damage. For our feat, ability score improvement, take up that Charisma. Get the Riz. It's important to have a good spellcasting modifier, so we're going to go with that there. And we get some fun spells here. We get Increased Gravity, doing a 3d8 of force damage, heavily increasing the gravitational pull of an area, pulling your enemies to the ground, knocking them prone, and giving them slow for 2 turns. And we also have the Absorb, which does 3d6 necrotic and heals you for that same amount in melee range. And we get some great spells here. I would always recommend taking Haste right at the start because Twin Haste is broken. At level 6, we get ourselves the Bubble, which you can protect yourself or an ally from an attack for 5 attacks, which is huge. No concentration required. You can just pop this bubble up and it's strong. Now for our next leveled spell, it's hard to go wrong with a Fireball. I really like Fireballs, so that's what we're going to take there. Just for being able to hit multiple people. You can also go with like a counter spell or Fear if you want to have a bit more crowd control, but this works really well too. Now level 7, we get some fun ones. We get ourselves the Comet spell, which summons a miniature comet to hurl at your enemies, doing 5d6 fire and force damage. We get Solar Flare, which hits in a straight line, and this is 68 of fire damage. It has the appearance of the fire spell from the cleric, but this actually does hit in a straight line, kind of like the Agonizer's Scorcher level 2 fire spell. We also get Accelerate, slow you and your allies' perception of time, allowing you to move and react faster than normal for 4 turns. And it says 3 turns there. And then we also have the Polymorph spell. And for our next leveled spell, I love to have Ice Storm, but Lightning Bolt can also be a useful one to take. Ice Storm's great for crowd control though, so we can use that, making ice surfaces to make casters slip and fall, or melee classes have a difficult time getting to us. We also get the Banishment spell at level 8 here. It's a fun one to have. And then for our next leveled spell, Confusion can be good, or Lightning Bolt. Having a lightning spell is nice just for if there's water set up. And we're going to take our feat to improve our Charisma. This is not a bad choice there. At level 9, we get the ability to fly using movement speed, and we get Telekinesis. And we get level 5 spells, with things like Insect Plague being fun, but we're going to go Cone of Cold, because this is just great if you have a bunch of enemies grouped up together. No better thing to do than drop that down on them, so we'll take that there, as it's very, very powerful. And then for our level 10 spell, we'll take another cantrip here, Lardok's Minor Drain. And then Hold Monster is an extremely useful spell, so that's what we're going to take there. And we can take, if you got the meta magic empowered spell, this is a fun one to take, but even like extended spell or heightened spell or even subtle spell can work well for our meta magic choice. At level 11, we get ourselves the black hole. Summon a black hole that pulls all enemies to the center and slows them for 1 turn as a bonus action. We also get time stop. Cause all living creatures within 8 meters become frozen in time for 10 turns. That's pretty crazy. So we also get ourselves the omniscience. I always struggle with this word. Grant yourself omniscience for 10 turns. You're granted the knowledge of the gods for just a moment. This will give you an increase to our attack rolls and a few other benefits. And we also get Glove of Invulnerability, one of the best spells in the game. So love to get that without having to take it as a spell slot. Chain Lightning is hard to go wrong with Chain Lightning, so we're going to take for our next leveled spell. And then at level 12, Meteor Shower. You can see it does a lot. Summon 5 meteor comets to hurl at your enemies, 25d6 fire and force damage. And we also get the Eviscerate here, which uses an action and bonus action, does 350 to 800 damage. Obviously, that's going to take out most enemies. It goes without saying. And our next spell, we can take Circle of Death. This can be really useful for setting up and dealing damage. And for our next, we can go with the Alert Feed +5 initiative and Can't Be Surprised. That's really useful to have because initiative is really big in this game. And it's nice to have. Level 13, we get to choose another spell here, and we don't get any extra spells, so you can go back some previous levels. If you got Mistress Spells mod, you can get some great ones like Haralutham Psychic Lance, which we'll take next. Psychic damage being very useful if you have the Resonance Stone for the double damage. Level 14, we just get ourselves another sorcery point there. Level 15, another sorcery point and a spell selection. So we can also, again, go back and take things like Tidal Wave, which will set up Create Water for us as a level 3 spell. This is really useful. It makes us very strong. At level 16, you can choose or replace the spell at any time, but we get another feat. I think it's good to take up our dexterity another 2 to give us a better armor class and also the extra initiative that comes with it. You can also go with like the you can go with any of the choices here, or the Spell Sniper, which will give you an increased critical hit chance, and we can learn Eldritch Blast if you want to learn that. But we also got ourselves different versions of spells. For our next level, we can go with Disintegrate. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense here, but there's things like the Macabre Explosion, which can make undead explode if you use like the Crypt Lord's Ring. That can be really nice, just for a little bit of extra damage there. For the next spell, we can go with something like Psychic Crush here, 2d6 or 12d6 of psychic damage, being very strong. And we can choose another meta magic subtle spell, I guess. Here it's your choice. The best ones are Twin Spell, Distance Spell, and Quicken Spell. We get another level 5 spell slot here at level 18, and as we continue to go up and up, we also get ourselves the another feat here with ability score improvement. We can take up our dexterity to 20, giving us even further armor class. And then for our final level, we get the Sorceress Restoration here. You regain 4 expended sorcery points whenever you finish a short rest. And we get another sorcery point and a level 7 spell slot. For the mod, we're supposed to get the Extinction, Warp Reality, Eviscerate, Supernova, and Astral Ascension at these levels here, but for some reason I got it at level 12 there. But yeah, that's, again, mod by CamTheLitFam there. But yeah, that's our level 20 here, and I'll be showing you some great gear choices to go make the most out of this. So I'm just using this for aesthetic purposes, but we'd like to have a shield. Obviously, that's going to help out with survivability's sake. And then also for gear that we can wear, the Wave Mother's Robe can give us Create Water, which is really nice if we want to be able to do a little bit of extra damage. We can also go with any type of, I guess, robes. So like this Robe of the Weave being a really nice one for increasing our spell save DC. It's really nice, but even if you want, the Helldusk Armor just makes sense too. So we can increase our ability to stay alive with this armor greatly. So the Helldusk Armor being really nice because we don't get heavy armor proficiency, so getting it that way is nice too. And then we also have the Hood of the Weave for +2 spell save DC and spell attack rolls, Cloak Protection, Boots Protection, and the Ring of Protection alongside Crypt Lord's Ring for the free Create Undead. Emulator Greater Health, giving us better Constitution, and Helldusk Gloves to give us better spell casting. However, we can also go with the Gloves of the Bliggering Skies here if you want something a little different. And Marka Heshkir for the staff. This is just the best staff in the game, so it makes sense to take it there. We can also add in a single level of Wizard if you want. We get a free cast too if we use different spell, or if we use another spell here. So if you wanted to, you could use another staff and apply haste to yourself and then switch back to the original staff if you wanted to, but we don't have elementals. Typically I use that to summon in elementals, but I'll show you here what this is going to look like if we get into a combat encounter. So it becomes pretty strong really quickly. So I'm going to apply haste using Gale so that I can show off how powerful this can be. Typically we would twin haste, but I want to leave my concentration slot open so that we can just go right into blasting. So I'll just go right to the guards here and give them a show and give you guys an idea what we can do with this. So we could go crazy and just drop down the meteor shaft here, but this would be a little bit much for just starting off here. So this is our strongest spell, level 6 spell, and we get upwards of level 8 spell slots here. So Eviscerate here, we can actually use this too. It has a 100% chance of taking out enemies. This is the only spell that doesn't miss. The downside to using this spell, however, is it'll delete all the items that they have. So that is something annoying, but just makes sense. So we can also apply ourselves this here, which will give us a give us an increase. So everyone else thinks you're moving really fast. Gives us an extra bonus, or gives us an extra action for 3 turns. So you may as well stack that up. It does stack with using haste, so that is pretty cool, and it doesn't require concentration, so that's a nice little extra benefit. We got our cosmic ray here, 4 beams basically worth of damage, so it scales really well. I might even just start off with a big blast and meteor shower here so we can hit everyone and show off how crazy this can really be. So we'll try and target the furthest. There we go. Hit them twice. This might end up taking out everyone. Oh, my team's there. This is unfortunate. I don't want a friendly fire, so we'll land this right through. Trying to find a pathway that's not interrupted. Oh, there we go. One there. One there. Okay, let's see. Boom. Okay, that got us into a big fight. That didn't take out everyone, but it did a good number. And it also hurt my team, and I almost took out Gale with one of those, so that sucks. But we did burn a lot of them to the ground, so that's pretty crazy. And we still have 2 more actions to go, so that is nuts. We also got ourselves the Comet spell, which is basically like a fireball with a bit of force damage on it too. Boom. It's got the cool pink and blue flames, and we took them all out. So yeah, meteor shower, obviously very busted. It's basically like the Comet spell, but times 5. So very, very strong. And then we also got some other cool spells here, so I guess we'll just go with a you know what, I'll give him an easy out. I'll just go with a cosmic ray here and just blast them with that. And it's kind of a pink colored eldritch blast. We can also misty step our way away. And if I wanted to really go crazy, I guess I might go really crazy. Let's see, who's the last one? The Deadeye Mibs over there. I don't think I can take him out in one shot, but we can go with a quicken spell and blast again. I could even use the delete spell that just completely deletes him if I wanted to. Increased gravity can be a nice spell too, so I can quicken that. And we'll just blast him with that if I can make it there without getting mind broken. Boom, knocked him prone and slowed. So we'll just end our turn that way. And he was slowed. He's going to probably use a bow attack on us there. Yeah, bow attack, ensnaring strike, miss. Our armor class is good, so we don't have to worry about that. I almost took out my entire team. And then we got our 3 action barrage again. So we can use the time stop here, which would slow everyone down, but I can't actually do that without getting too close, and then the mother brain will blast me here. But solar flare, if you've been a Dragon Ball Z fan, you'll know this one. Solar flare, boom, that took him out. Pretty good damage. So yeah, as you can see, it hits really hard. So getting 3 actions and being able to blast like that is pretty crazy. Overpowered, obviously, but that's what it's meant to be. So I'll just show you again here. We can, I guess we'll exit here, we'll short rest so we get that back, and then we'll go into turn-based mode again, and then I'll haste myself to give myself that 3rd extra action, and then we'll go ahead with blasting again. So yeah, this becomes really strong when you have that 3rd action. It's strong without it too. I'll show you what the Eviscerate spell does, because it's pretty lethal. So you can just basically delete someone with it. 578 damage. They are pretty upset that I just completely eviscerated their teammate there, made them disappear into the nether. Didn't let me use my final action there, but that's okay, because we literally deleted their teammate and made 2 of the other guards run away. Now on Earth, why would they jump that close to me? I don't know, but I can show you guys the time stop here, which will basically stop time for them. I broke my concentration on haste, so that was not ideal. So it ended up made me lethargic, but you can see here that was not ideal. Threatened. I should have probably moved Gale away. We'll just let this all pan out. She still, I guess it may have broke my concentration when I broke their concentration. that was unfortunate, but I guess I can just always go ahead here. And a good combination if you don't want to use the spells is Tidal Wave plus Cone of Cold to make a big ice surface and knock them all out. But we also got ourselves like the Witness Infinity, which doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but for the spell slot it's not bad. Spatial Rend, which can hit in a very large area, and we can also upcast this, so we'll go with that there. Boom, teleports you, does a good amount of damage. So yeah, you can see this is a very powerful build. The Cosmic Sorcerer, you got Meteor Shower, level 6 spell slot, which is just way too much damage for its own good, and then the Eviscerate here, which can just delete a person from existence. So yeah, I was requested to do this build, so I just want to cover this. Shout out to CamTheLitFam for making this awesome mod. And if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. I also have a bunch of other level 20 mod build guides. If you want to see some further information on this, you can just go hit my channel and check those out. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.